They say comparison is the thief of joy, but have you ever wondered what the average salary of workers your age is? The latest government data has just come out this October, which reveals the in-depth data that we need to know about how well off we are in comparison to everyone else within the United Kingdom. So let's see if this data answers some of the questions of whether getting a university degree boosts your earnings and which jobs pay the highest salaries. And if you stick right to the end, I might even reveal where I fall within this ladder and even maybe reveal how old I am and what I've done in terms of education. So first things first is that earnings are on their way up. So the latest government data says that the mean average weekly wage, excluding bonuses, is £661 gross, so that's before taxes. This is equivalent of a pre-tax salary of around £34,000. This is an increase of 7.8% in the 3 months from June to August. So the rate of wage inflation currently is higher than the consumer price index, which is a core measure of inflation, and last month this was measured at 6.7%. The increase in average employee wages, including bonuses, was 8.1%, and this is the highest rate of growth since records began in 2001. Now, the one-off payments to the NHS workers has increased this number a bit, but regardless, it's still a huge amount. So how much you earn depends on a wide range of factors. This includes your age, where you live in the country, whether you're in the public sector or the private sector, as well as the industry that you work in and how senior you are in that industry. So the median pay of top chief executives, so these are the FTSE 100 bosses, was recently revealed to be a staggering £3.91 million per year. This is a 16% increase since the year before, and this is around 118 times more than the UK average salary. So let's go through average earnings by age. So this is what you're all here for. So the median average, not the mean average, of full-time workers in the UK weekly is £640 before taxes. So now let's go through the age ranges and see whether or not you are on par or beating your peers at your age range. So coming in at 18 to 21, the median average salary for full-time workers is £20,888 before taxes. So if you're 22 to 29, I fall under this currently for a few more months anyway. The median average salary is £28,413. So from ages 30 to 39, the median average salary is £35,256 before taxes. So getting up to age 40 to 49, the median average salary is £37,825. So from ages 50 to 59, the median average salary is £35,402. And for workers who are 60 years and over, the median average salary is £31,340. Now this data reveals that there is a big discrepancy between age and the median average salary, with monthly wages rising up about the age of 50. So the amount you get paid seems to rise throughout our 20s, our 30s, and even our 40s, because within these decades we seem to progress a lot within our careers. This is due to the fact that at these ages you are advancing in the skills you have, in the training that you get, educational attainment, job experience. You might even change your job and get promotions. This information shows that it's very important to get your work experience to improve upon your skills in order to get a higher salary. As younger people mature, their skill set becomes bigger and they can demand more from their employers, meaning that their salaries also increase accordingly. After about the age of 50, however, there seems to be a decrease in the median average monthly pay. This could be due to multiple reasons, such as people retiring early or leaving the workforce for various reasons, such as worsened health. As you become older, unfortunately, even though it's illegal, you become a less attractive employee to your employers, who seek out younger employees as they technically have a longer working lifespan and they demand a lot less salary. Compared to the mean average, the median average is less affected by a relatively small number of people earning a huge amount that often causes the data to be skewed in one direction. So how does location affect average salary? London salaries are higher for all ages above 22. Scottish wages tend to be higher than those in Wales. Wages are highest for young workers aged 18 to 21 in the West Midlands for some reason. Where you live and where you work is a major factor to how much you take home at the end of the day. Employers usually have to pay a higher wage for those living in areas where the cost of living is much higher, for example London and the South East. For older workers over 60 living outside of London, the East, the South East and Scotland have the highest median weekly wages. So for example, age 30 to 39, the weekly median wage for London would be £809. However, for workers of the same age, that median drops down to £550 per week. So which occupations give you the highest salary? Workers in managerial and professional occupations, teaching and educational professionals on average earn slightly more than healthcare professionals, whereas the leisure and travel industry has one of the lowest average salaries. The lowest earning employees tend to be part-time and aged between 18 and 21, and in occupations such as cleaning, food services, deliveries, or even hospitality. The highest earning employees therefore are concentrated in the managerial and professional occupations aged between 35 and 49. The other highest average salaries are in the finance sector, of course, and the insurance services industries. The median weekly wage for a person in the manager, director, or senior official title is £987 per week. So let's go through the top 10 highest paid jobs. When it comes to the top jobs in the UK, unsurprisingly, senior executives, directors, and managers tend to get paid the most. Here are some of the top paid jobs within the UK when considering them as a salary. So chief executives get a salary of around £81,000. Marketing executives get a salary of around £77,000. Pilots and air traffic controller people get around £73,000. IT directors also get around £73,000. Specialist medical practitioners get around £70,000 as a median average salary. PR and communication directors get around £69,000 annually. Head teachers and principals at around £67,000. Financial managers and directors around £65,000. Functional managers and directors around £62,000, and senior police officers around £59,000 as a median average yearly wage. Also on average, full-time public sector workers have a higher pay than those working full-time in the private sector, with an average weekly gross pay of £626 compared to that of £580 per week in the private sector. So how does the level of education affect your pay? It seems logical to say that the higher your level of education, the more that you can demand from your employer. The data shown here does actually support this assumption. Listen to this. Workers with an undergraduate degree earn on average 113% more than those with no qualifications and 60% more than those who have stopped formal education after their A-levels. So let's go through the average gross salary based on education level all the way up to just your first degree. So with no qualification, the gross annual salary is a measly £14,300. Now with 4 GCSEs from A star to C or equivalent, you're looking at an average of £17,212 as an annual wage. With 3 A-levels or equivalent, you're looking at £19,188. And with higher education not counting for a degree, we're looking at a gross annual salary of £23,400. Now, with a single university degree or equivalent, that gross annual salary goes all the way up to £30,524. Research by the Institute of Fiscal Services, the IFS, in 2020 found that over their working lives, graduates are financially better off than those who do not go to university. On average, men are £130,000 better off over their working lifetime. This is after tax and student loan repayments, and for women, on average, this figure is £100,000. That being said, 10% of graduates earn the most, and they will actually increase that average, and these are specialist subjects such as medicine and law. But for some people, however, university may not be the right thing, and starting work sooner and investing earlier could be the difference between having gone to university and not having gone to university in a financial sense. Now, because you've stuck around to the end of the video, I'm going to be telling you what age bracket I fall into. I might not look it, but I'm within the 22 to 29 bracket and I'm nearly 30, so I'm not there for too much longer. In terms of education, I do have my first undergrad degree, then I have my postgraduate degree, and I even have my PhD degree. So in terms of education alone, I am within the top 2% within the UK. So that being said, my expected salary is going to be higher than the median average of the UK. And in fact, my salary is higher than the mean average of the UK for all age groups. This is not to say that I'm technically doing better than a lot of people. I live in London, very close to central London, where the cost of renting is incredibly high, and actually the take-home pay after that isn't really that high. Currently, however, I am considered an education profession and my salary isn't that high, considering that I could quite easily get a job that pays a lot more. However, I believe more in time flexibility. Staying in this job gives me a lot of flexibility and allows me to make videos like this on a very regular basis. So make sure to check out some of my other videos and I will see you in the next video.